Greetings, greetings, greetings. As usual, we step forward, information share, bringing honorable clarification from our perspective, from our point of view. A caption says from common law to commercial codes to transition from paper to data. I kind of stay in this area just for a little bit. And for say give thanks to the Most High Creator for the true expression. Yeah, as best as we can for the perfect articulation and overall in general for the perfection of creation. Yeah, irrespective of its variations. So we have to give thanks for the existence. Now, I got us touch this information. It not really tall, but you know me as a man love to express myself, so bear with me. From common law to commercial codes, the transition from paper to data, abstract. This thesis examines the historical transition from common law to codified commercial codes, culminating in the digital transformation of legal instruments. It argues that sovereignty must be consciously asserted in the age of data, ensuring that coded systems remain servant of human law rather than its masters. Excuse me. Number one, I think I'll take it time, so bear with me. Common law, the ancestral covenant. Common law developed organically through judicial precedents, oral rulings, and parchment records. It was a covenant of memory and testimony where authority was affirmed by seal and wax. Why am I thinking now move, man? Not like that Google area, that I may stay over the next side on it there, but man, this thing, I'm gonna give me thesis. Why is that? People are telling us my journey not easy, probably a true, you know, and not bright like the ones that up there and technologically savvy like the ones then, but may I tell you, we get a different kind of, you know, challenge when I try to express my thing. I just to put the thing together is an issue. Yeah, man, and then may I tell you, I'm telling you, see, now move. Come on. Channel. It's a mess. Can't continue like this. Can't continue like this. It's just a turn off. Common law, the ancestral covenant. Common law developed organically through judicial precedent, oral rulings, and parchment records, meaning it upon paper. It was a covenant of memory and testimony where authority was affirmed by seal and wax. Blackstone's commentary on law The Law of England, 1765 to 1766, emphasizes precedent as the living memory of the law. The parchment was not merely a record, but a ceremonial affirmation of communal justice. Number two, codification, the rise of commercial codes. Industrial expansion demanded uniformity. The Uniform Commercial Codes, UCC, first published in 1952, harmonizing commercial transactions across jurisdictions. Plural. Article 3 of the UCC define negotiable instruments, transforming promises into enforceable clauses. Article 9 standardize secured transaction, embedding commerce in paper instruments. Signature became the ceremonial mark of consent. Paper, the medium of obligation. Contract upon paper. Number 3, the digital transition from paper to data. The late 20th and early 21st centuries witnessed the migration of legal instruments into digital forms. Electronic Signature in Global and National Commerce Act, e-sign 2000, recognize digital signature as legally binding. Tender, acceptance, and discharge now occur through encrypted transmissions. The coupon becomes a digital token, the endorsement a timestamp, the return a verified transaction. Law is increasingly coded, not written. Obligations stored in databases rather than parchment archive. Sovereignty in the age of data. The transition is philosophical as well as technological. Uniform Commercial Code 3-603 affirms that tender of payment discharges obligation. Refusal does not bind the debtor further. In digital form, this defense persists. Lawful tender offered through data integrity is complete even if refused. Sovereignty must reclaim authorship, ensuring that coded system remains accountable to human law. The ceremonial act of tender becomes a declaration of continuity. Let me go back over that. The ceremonial act of tender, meaning tender of payment, becomes a declaration of continuity. Sovereignty speaking through both parchment and protocol. Number 5, closing invocation. Freedom restored, peace defended, sovereignty declared. From parchment to protocol, from ink to encryption, the covenant endures. The sovereign mind engraves its defense not only in gold and paper, but luminous code, ensuring sovereignty unbroken across every medium. reference, Blackstone, Williams commentary on the law of England, 1765 to 1769. And again, the Uniform Commercial Code, and yeah. And I have this image, I should show it up there, but I noticed I have this AI generated logo now, a spoil up your image. So, Babylon just impose itself in every aspect of one's daily life. However, as we go forward, now we share that basic information here in an effort to bring honorable clarification. And I said, once I go do what I'm supposed to do out there, and that is okay. At no time we can impose anything or force anything. This is why we call it information share. Because I have my own point of view, my own perspective, my own thought. Then I express it from my own platform, own sovereign area, own jurisdiction, from my verge. Now, at no time I want to really say we're going to tear down here or there, or, undermine or discredit ones out there, whether our people or not. That is never the intent. And in all these here we express that. Says when the ones them choose to move out of order, then them leave the door wide open, for we reciprocate. But say we say, hey, we're gonna try bully or, intimidate or anything like that. Remember, information share. That means that me are the nerd. Me are the man who wear the glasses and walk with one knapsack full of books. Yeah, man. So that's the information share. You have other people out there share them information and listen carefully. Once you resonate with those people and those information, then that's fine. It applies to you people. A man like me, I make sure I do my own thing. So what other people are doing not necessarily can apply to me. By now it's obvious me the only man out here chant sovereignty this way. And I said, now other people are trying now to insert sovereignty in what them do. But it's under guys. Guys, like when most of these Jamaicans here, we have all kind of groups here. We are claim West Indian here. 5 years ago, all of these people were Africans. All of them was back to Africa. And it's not hard to prove. Every one of them, their mother and father and grandfather and grandmother sing song about Africa. And when them discover the West Indian paradigm, them don't know from whence it derived, because they have always been here. Most of them never been to Africa. And the one them we can afford to go, them just go on vacation. One them will leave here and figure them have a home over there. You have those who stay over there. And you hear the stories. And not everybody go through the rough time. But then everybody go over there, go live in a palace and get gold crown and gold throne to sit on. This is why I say, irrespective of how we're all connected on the earth, we are individual man and woman, really. We are individual beings. And as such, all of we not gonna necessarily think the same thing. This is where the demonic system are imposed. But all of we think like where some other nonsense people think. No. Everybody I express what I deal with, whether overtly or covertly. Just like I express what I deal with. And there are them, sister, a sovereignty. Yeah, man, a freedom. Freedom in. It's sovereignty, organic sovereignty. Not now, man, tell me, say, me a sovereign, but I cannot do this or I can't do that. No. Just like how we express the West Indian paradigm, and a whole host of people are become cognizant and take it on and them thing, but the very same energy I go push with the seeds of sovereignty. God, this is the only way I can see we are retain our birthright or hereditament, yeah, man, or inheritance. Or that's right off the start. But that's my opinion, that's my point of view, that's my perspective. It come from me, so it apply to me. Now impose it and say, hey, you better do anything at all. No. Most of out here say everybody I do all kind of thing I go on and you know it not change. So it shouldn't be an issue when I me step forward and do my own thing. Now when people see it and find interest, then that's just what it is. Probably that's why I get so much subscribers in my YouTube area. When I necessarily get support, really, they are them see that. The whole world see that. Understand? And even when people might infer some kind of association or connection with, I can tell you plainly, sir, it's only their inference to benefit whatever position or situation them have out. That's it. Them not know me. Them not support me. Them have absolutely nothing to really do with me. Really. The ones them when me can talk about, I want to hear me chant out. And when me have to get specific, me can. Yeah, man, me can say, oh, yeah, say, man, House of Davis, you will bring the strength that time, and it carry me right to this time. Yeah, man, me can say, House of Campbell, salute. Yeah, man, you have others who have certain information what them want, and you know, me not go just continually and make people suck from me, so them will give a little chunk change. You know what I'm saying? They must share a little chunk change, probably a little 5 bill or so, for the intellectual property. Yeah, man. Are the basics, them thing there. But the majority people, no, that they are disappointed and disappointing, truly. And they know themselves. And when me I speak, it will go through them soul to them core, because they know themselves. But the beauty about time, it reveals all things. Hear this, I remain consistent. Much can say the same. Yeah, man. And next thing I have to say is when I share certain information publicly, I do something a little bit different, sometimes totally different when I structure my document in the private. Because digital, I go ignore me when I just show them, say, yeah, man, I send back an email, that I just notice that I really we intend to say, watch and man enough for you on this for green. I'm going to see how I can brace myself and move the probably flow. I wouldn't have no other alternative. But me have to go do something because I say flow I don't know. Then they give me back some money from them a long time. They spoke about it. And I said the other day them send me a little deal and I said, I know I'm always full of tricks, but you know, challenge digital. I know I'm never beat them. I just have to have a next year when I can do my thing. That's all it is. And that's the strength and the resource coming from the ones that were supposed to bring strength. That's why I'm fire burn the ones that out there and deal with them like that. When I speak, I just speak general. But we know it I got through some of them people here where really know themselves. Them know themselves. But the thing is, them think them a fool, man. And all I'm do is just sit still and I get, but just not show no interest. I can't. I'm not just come here. Most of them when me a fire burn, are people who know me for more than 5, 6, 7 years. These are the ones who set up bonfire and I hope and I pray him get crucified like Christ so them can have a front seat and then laugh with you. And behind you, them slaughter you and people come back and say it and you just ignore it. And allow them to demonstrate themselves. So when people say move a certain way, ask why I'm on, or better yet, check the history. On platforms speak volumes in the people. It's just that the ones them not really know if read esoterically. You have a time when you see my platform and when you see me come live, 100 people, whop, whop, whop. These are all of the people and where you see now purport themselves as if they are scholars out here. These are the very same neophytes. And when them find out, say, go allow yourself to be used, misused, and be sucked out and drained. So you have to put up your barriers, you have to put up your walls, you have to, secure and protect your information and your very integrity. Because these people will use your name, your information, your platform, your system where you bring forward. They know absolutely nothing about it. They are not creative. They can only mimic. But they'll use you and create a whole bunch of nonsense until the federal agents knock on them door. Because the federal agents can't see me. I'm not hide. Them not have a problem of investigate me. Them not have them issue. But most of them work with numerous caricatures from a little ungodly secret organizations. Uno the problem out there. Uno have truth, uno want truth, but uno choose for turn the people and guide them away from truth, mislead them for profit again. There is no great one, but me I check how I say the stories then from them history and manifest itself. Come out of any palace. Never. Them always are come from what them call the ghettos. Really? And then from change a whole bunch of things. Really? Not none of these cross-dressing want to these. These agent saboteurs. Never them. They'll take all the glamour and the glitter, but they can never get no glory. Really? Why? Because the moment truth start permeating the earth, the lie got dissipate naturally. All of the stories that them give it from all that time I got just dissolve. Really? That's why I would say when I day have to pop it down not where our people is concerned. Babylon, we care zero about what it is. Truly, give a F about Babylon and them Babylonian system where we are said, now bring it here, now impose it here. If we know the business, then we will try to apply ourselves and conduct ourselves on that level, on the lawful side, not what UNO said, what is written there. If you have a uniform commercial code where said this is what it is, then how UNO said, UNO said, oh, and I said, this is when I want double dip, when I want pay. You can't go nowhere without a pay. And the world accept it. And me I say, where the boy go on? All these politicians are rich, boy, and people accept poverty. Why? Why? And some little people quick for rob a little bar where they right down the road from them. Them quick for tear down the shop where they right in them own community. And sometimes when them not do it, them just calling them friend when nobody don't know for it. In other words, we rather tear down each other, we're poor and us suffer, we're quick for fight, war, destroy, we're poor and us. And we are look upon the big pussy politician, them are flaunt them wealth. What we are slave legacy, we really belong to the people. And on a little criminal now go uptown but take on them joke and death. Take with some of them money dead. All politicians keep raw cash in them house because them a thief. Oh no, go in a politician house, make we hear the blogger them talk, say this go on and that go on. Why politician them not go and say them take 50 million. What you do with 50 million, politician? That's why I can't participate. I just cannot participate. Yeah, man, it disgusts my man. When a little country boy come in politics and all of a sudden him famous, him a God, God dance people glorify them, and them a thief everything. And then them point finger and say, yeah, I thief. Jano, Jano. I don't know when it a go fix, but me not participate. Me I do my own thing, Rasta. I chant sovereignty higher. And for all who want chant what them a chant, fine. Just don't ask me for endorse your blood clot. You understand? Because that little endorse the fuckery way I do. I mean, I know nothing about it. And them probably I do it long time. Them probably have a little compound or a little section of the bush where them, you know, level out and put up some little tourist type structure where you can go there, and them probably have all of these things. But what it showed that what them for have? Where is it? What is sovereignty there? What them for know? Where is it? And when it passed through, what them do? I'm ridicule. I'm supposed to just say, oh, it's okay. May I say, watch them, man, and I have to tear on the dog, man. I have to bring some information to know what can aid on them. I mean, I want nothing what una have or nothing what una do. How could I when una feel learn from me? And that's the problem, una ego. I can't come learn nothing from una because I not learn from slave. I can't do the things that my slave do and remain the same. That's why I say sovereignty. When you hear it, you know what me I deal with. When you hear me say sovereign, sovereign man, sovereign, you know what me I deal with. Me not say citizenry, me not say slavery. Me not say me I come beg you this and beg you that like a pussy. Me I say me a God. If you can't see yourself as God, then watch me now. Ignore me. Yeah, man. On this level, you know, you respect the next one just like yourself. All when them not know it. All when them is totally unaware, you have to give them that respect. But you know, some most is low IQ. Them only can interact in a limited capacity, and then you see them react violently. So you have to have a defense for that too. You have to prepare for decimate that kind of energy totally. You know, go parlay with that kind of sissy. Why? God them lack what is necessary. Yeah, man. Them emphasize their illiteracy. So you can't participate. You cut and got you. Anyway, complete gratitude. You know, some day over here, some things stuck and I move from all this time. I wait for it for and nothing now go on, but I know it probably a work behind the scenes. You see how long I'm there on here, son, nothing now go on. Nothing now go on. I can't even cut off this thing. Yeah, me are the best. Yeah, man. Me are the best, man. You know, long me there over here, sir, and see just a moving of people. And when I talk this way, people say, "Oh, one sovereign man in love makeup thing." I want to do people, me have the living experience of what it is to be free. Yeah, man. And watch me now. You think Babylon are gonna make it easy? That's why I tell you, say, now watch the document when I put out there in the public, when I get carried away. Because when me go, in other words, pay attention. I not just use the month we're gone, we use the month where they ahead, because them send the document. So this is how them stress you, you know. Bill, and harass you. And like you're supposed to go crazy. I mean, I sound better back up. Back up. I got off it, structure my document. I'm not in a rush. I got off to get find a lawful, honorable notary to be a witness to my instrument. You understand? Then me have to go get a ride, find a ride, pay a, me have to go downtown, go down to the stamp duty office. This is before me give it to this seller. I'm gonna get my stamp duty card, throw it up on paper. I'm not own the paper, I never create the paper, so then now I gotta do nothing until I pay for the paper. That's what the stamp duty really is. And then I have to go find my way now, go back in another parish and go in the county recorder area and go through that process. You understand? And then me just sit still and I go wait to get my certificate of fact where officiate all of what me I do. So it's my process different to a sovereign man. And all I take money, you know, because I can't go nowhere. But say, hey, me a sovereign man, carry me, I say, carry me. These people going to come with fees. Yeah. And you can't cry because them don't know no better. Them really don't. So you just facilitate the basics and get your process going. And the moment you have your documentation, that's when you say, all right, now downtown court, this is how I go on. I make them know, say, them send me email, and I send them email, and I go down to them little office and make sure I left a document there and I have it on record. So I do it, and when me have the public record, them can't hide anymore. And pay attention. I feel like I got just talk to myself or to the fiction. No, this whoever digital CEO is at present, a fee name I got up on the document. And whoever else when I can get involved. Something I go about it. So it's not a 1, 2, 3 process like what most people think it is. No, it's a process we're going to take weeks. I hear the preparation. And watch me now. When me have the slave script, me not itch to spend it and pay these bills. But when it not in my possession, what you think me gonna do? Me not go rob. Me not go loot. I'm not go out there go kill. For a fucking slave script. You must say mad. Me I write on paper and say, pussy, aside for God, this is law. If you don't want it for a war, when I done with digital, we go and move digital from out of downtown, blow that CIA location off of the planet with just information. Yeah, man. And then we get personal and start talk about them, the people that we work with digital, how them rob up all kind of thing, and how more can know of all this kind of robbery, and how more can cover it up, and then more can go rush flow for a little $1 million robbery. And I am right here where I look upon all light and I laugh behind the scene. So I go and tear down digital. Remember, I'm disconnected. And right now, I kind of like the piece where I can just pick and choose when why me I tell you, sometimes experience teaches wisdom in people. They can't give up on nothing at all, really. It's just that if people reject you, you know, force it, you know, fight it, you just turn and walk away. But you're not gonna turn and walk away until you get the rejection. Is when you get the rejection, there's no other option but to walk away. But it look like when you walk away, you know, people don't like that. Them get upset. And yeah, I say, what the mess? Without knowledge, we're not gonna get nowhere here, sir. We're not following a guy out there, especially when them not have no validity. Other youth out there where I share information where we can plug and say, salute. Me not if you agree with it, but how you present your information, you present it with knowledge, yeah, so this is what it is, this validate this, and that can be appreciated. Not some little dunce people when can't read, can't write, don't even know street light till the other day. And them want to do what? And only fool kind of people, yeah. And fool kind of people are fool like, you know, to stay that way. That is it. Doesn't know when I really have pet, you know. That is it. That is it. Complete gratitude. I don't know if this thing going shut off, you know. Boy, me I tell you. Me and this thing here. Yeah, man. Me and this thing here. Oh.